This thing on? Mic check. I just want to make sure y'all can hear me clearly. Yo, should you practice art? Or should art be your practice? I had a question, so I asked it. Not to anyone specifically, but to my inner God, you know? The one that's gonna be a master. The one that's more than a rapper. The one that's an educator. The one that seeks enlightenment. He travels with concepts. He's got the mindset expansive. He understands that his time combined with travel and concepts makes his mind convex. Sort of like when you look at a brain scan.
Reggie here, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. The show that you are watching right now is Comics Today, a show that we do on Wednesday to celebrate the best day of the week, that being New Comic Book Day. And as part of this celebration, we come together as a community and we talk about news and current events, things that are top of mind for me and might also be top of mind for you. I oftentimes have a guest or two on to help me to make sense of something that is happening in the world of comics and collectibles. We typically also go to the chat to figure out what it is that folks out there may actually be reading. And we are going to accomplish much of that over the course of this show, except for the guests. We will not have a guest on tonight. It will just be me trying to entertain you guys. And I will tell you, there is a lot that is going on in the news, some of which I covered in shorts over the course of today. Other things that I've been kind of holding for this live stream. So we are going to jump into it. I will tell you that the person that won the $100 credit did not claim it. And if the show wraps up and I do not have a message from that person, it will be going to a Patreon member. We will throw it out there for a Patreon member to be able to claim that giveaway. And that's a $100 credit to be able to use on the Shortbox app. So Patreon members, stay tuned for more because there could be a surprise in. Michael says, no guess, not even a tiny one, not even an itsy bitsy guess, sir. Not in any way, shape, or form. I will tell you guys, I'm going to go to the chat here in a second because I want to know what it is that you guys picked up at your LCSs today. So get ready for that. But I will tell you, I gave myself a little bit of a challenge. Because I realized that I wasn't reading any comics. I realized I wasn't reading. I was doing all of the other things of life, but wasn't reading any comics. And so I made a promise to myself, I set a goal of reading at least one comic per day for this entire month. And I am pleased to say that I'm ahead of the schedule. I am ahead of schedule right now. I have read a total of 10 comics so far. I've read Blue Marvel #1, technically reread, Cobra Commander 1, Duke 1 and 2, the original X-Men issue #1, Legends #1, Blade issue 3, 4, 5, and I'm also reading issue #6. I would say probably the best out of these, excluding Blue Marvel, just looking at the new books, I would say Duke. I rather enjoy Duke. I rather enjoy Duke issue #1 and 2. The Blade story as a whole, I am enjoying. There's no particular issue that I think was great, but I'm enjoying the journey that is Blade. I also enjoy Cobra Commander. I enjoyed that. I had to honestly reread parts of it. Maybe I wasn't in the right frame of mind, wasn't quite paying attention. But I had to reread parts of it to make sure that I didn't miss anything. But that too was not a bad read. So I wanted to throw that out there. My big thing is being involved in the hobby doesn't always require us to spend money. And so again, it was me recognizing that I wasn't really buying, I wasn't reading, I wasn't doing much, right? And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to set a goal for myself. I'm going to read one book a day. And right now we are at about 10 and it is only the 7th. So I built myself just a little bit of cushion. All right, let me go to the chat here real quick. So if you picked up something at your LCS, I want to know what you picked up. I want to know who your LCS is. If you read something that we should put on the top of our reading stacks. I want to know what that book is. And if you picked up a book recently that is not a new book, but it is a new to you book, share that with us so that we can celebrate and live vicariously through you spending money. All right. Steve White, how you doing, brother? He says, I am sad my LCS did not give me Thundercats #1 and Ultimate Black Panther, despite having been on my pull list. I saw a post earlier today. I guess some Ultimate Black Panther was actually lost. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was, I don't know if it was Penguin or somebody. There was somehow or another, a bunch of books were misplaced. I was scanning it just briefly as I was doing some other stuff. Danny, how you doing, brother? He says, my daughter bought a CGC 6.0 Amazing Spider-Man 122 as a gift for helping her move last weekend. Brother, I will tell you, that is better than what most people get for moving, which happens to be beer and pizza. Beer and pizza. I will take an Amazing Spider-Man book any day of the week. Shout out to your daughter. Wait a minute. How much stuff did she have to move? Was it one of the recent moves that I did where the person wasn't even packed up and I had to help pack and then move? That was not the way to do it. Scrolling through the comments here. Tina's on the board. Tina, it is always good to see you. Carl Weathers in Predator name was Duke. Trev, how you doing, brother? Trev is on the board. He says Mace Windu, Shazam, DC's How to Lose a Guy Gardner in 10 Days. The Kiss covers and 1 through 34 of Dragon Lance. That's what's up. Trev is on the board. Matt Woods, how you doing, brother? There are some good books out, man. Like I said, Blade. There is no particular issue of Blade that I'm like blown away by, but I am enjoying the story itself. Like it's a good story that's coming out. But Duke and Cobra Commander, those were cool. The Energon stuff, man. I'm digging the Energon stuff. Scrolling through, there you go. Matt Woods is on the board. He's saying reading books is a great way, and it is, man. I mean, you know, there's so much stuff that is happening in life. There is so much stuff that is happening in comics that sometimes you can just zone out for a minute, read a book, and just enjoy the peace and quiet that is the story that you are consuming. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's helpful for me to remember that, and potentially it's helpful for other folks out there to like just get away from the noise, separate from the noise and the controversy and just life in general, just to pump the brakes and take a pause. You know, IN is on the board. Wolverine 88 CGC 9.6. Scrolling through, plus my normal pull list. That's what's up with Ace Comics in the UK. That's what's up. Shout out to Ace Comics across the pond. Scrolling through, Roten, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. My Canadian brother is on the board. Conan 7. I think I started reading some Conan, and the language, the these, the thous. I was on Struggle Bus. I tried to read it. I tried to read it for you and Matt Woods. Could not do it. I could not do it, but I tried. Rogue Sun, Arctic 8, Dungeon 3, Thundercats 1, Ghost Lore #8. Oh, your LCS loves you. Your LCS loves you. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Said, I thought the Ultimate Black Panther lost shipment was probably some stuff, but apparently it wasn't. Yeah, I was scrolling through social media. I saw it real quick. I didn't get a chance to dig deep, but it clearly planted in my head. My brother, my up the street, around the circle brother, Herman, Ultimate Black Panther 1, Captain America 6, X-Men 3, etc. Scrolling through, there you go, 12,000 copies. There you go. Steve White is on the news. What is that? Not a new book, but snagged Harley Black, White, and Red. #4 says it's a pretty cover. Fantastic. That's what's up. Thank you, brother, for sharing that. Congrats on snagging that book. I'm scrolling through. I'm really enjoying my Instagram timeline calling me stupid for buying Ultimate Black. Brother, don't be like the guy. Don't be like the guy that played the Bollywood star in Eternals. He was so beaten down. He was so beaten down by the negative feedback that was Eternals that he sought mental health. He sought mental health consultation because social media got him so down. Social media crushed his soul. Do not allow your spirit, your joy to be crushed by anyone. Scrolling through, let me see what else. Inner John is fire. It is, man. I'm enjoying it, brother. Man, Transformers, Duke, Cobra Commander. I'm enjoying these stories. I really am. Anthony's on the board. Thundercats, Wolverine, Fantastic Four, all from Pittsburgh Comics. That's what's up. Just moved into my new place. Can't wait to have and spread my comics across my wall. It's inspirational to see, man. Don't be inspired by this, brother. Crush it. Crush it. That's what I tell people. Don't be jelly, but crush it. No, I congrats on getting your new place, brother. Congrats on getting a new place, and get your wall all set up. What is this? I picked up another 5 short boxes of mostly silver and bronze this weekend at a local auction. Black Panther, She-Hulk, etc., etc. That's what's up. Congrats to you on that, brother. SSFD is in the house. What does that say? Go to my 2 Amazing Spider-Man Gang War, Breeze Comics 9.8 and 9.9. That's nice. You can't go wrong with the 9.9. That's what's up. Scrolling through Rob Boswell. Oh, talk about a blast from the past. It is good to see you, brother. He says he's reading World Tree. That's what's up. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Scrolling through some of the comments. What is that? James, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. He said Ultimate Black Panther was fire and Mace Windu both good reads. That's what's up. I need to read Ultimate Black Panther. I may have to check that out. I think Green is invisible. I don't know what you're talking about over there. Scrolling through some of the comments here, seeing what I may have missed. Phil's up in here. Gordon's up in here. Tina, the OG, is in here. Matt's on the board. He says Pittsburgh Comics is one of my favorite shops. So many back issues. That's what's up. Scrolling through that Jimmy Olsen book looks out of place on that Batman wall. It is out of place. It's out of place because I came up short when I was trying to build the Batman wall. And I didn't know what else to put up there. So you get Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, the first cameo appearance of Darkseid. That's what you get. You get a random book up on the wall. I blame DC. I blame DC for not making more books available to me. I'm scrolling through the comments here. He put me on blast, brother. Yeah, he put me on blast. It's all good. It's all good. I definitely came up short as I was putting that wall together. And I think I told you guys last week that I was coming out with a video, and in this video, I was going to insert into the video some trivia. I was going to respond to some questions. I was going to insert some trivia. I was going to give away some books. Then the CGC scandal happened, right? The CGC scandal happened, and some stuff that I said in that video wasn't a good look for me. So I did not release the video because I covered the CGC scandal, because who the heck knew that was going to blow up. So I covered that, but I had to re-record the video. So tomorrow I'm releasing the video in which I've interspersed questions and comments from you all left on previous videos with trivia, in which if you answer the trivia and leave a comment behind on the video, you might win a bundle of books. And I have a ton of books. Speaking of the Inner John universe, a ton of Transformers, Void Rivals, Duke, Cobra Commander. I think I also included some of those silver foil Aquaman books. So I've put these bundles together. They are sitting across the room. Watch the video, leave a comment. I'll pick some winners. I'm going to give away some stuff. All right. So I wanted to make sure that I explained what happened with that. Thoughts on the Marvel Universe books? Hype, overdone? Only time will tell. The first Spider-Man book I thought was okay. I personally wasn't blown away by it. I think some people rather enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. I was not blown away by it. I have not yet read Ultimate Black Panther, so I do not know. I do not know about that. Herman says it was really good. I just thought it was okay. I wasn't blown away. Mark says the Ultimate Black Panther was a very intense read, really good in my opinion. That's what's up. I just sent in 25 foil covers to CGC. No, you can't do that. You can't send books to CGC. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows you cannot do that. Got Harriet Tubman number 4, Thundercats number 1, and went to 4 LCSs looking for Ultimate Black Panther. That's a book that probably is not going to go up in value as a result of 12,000 copies of it being lost. Black Panther is complete hype. Ultimate Spider-Man was great, something completely new. Black Panther will not duplicate it, says Trev. I'm going to my side LCS. Yeah, hey. Don't let your main LCS find out about your side LCS, because sometimes those LCSs get jealous of one another. There's some news. There is some news that dropped that, I'll be honest, I don't know if people are going to like this or hate this, because some people think that Disney is the work of the devil. They think that Disney is the work of the devil. So I don't know if this is good news or bad news. I will share the news, and then I will wait to see how you all respond to this information. So let me throw that out there. All right, let me I am not reading that last comment. We are not going to touch that one. Too soon. That's all that I'm saying to you. Disney has now invested $1.5 billion in Fortnite developer Epic Games. And Bob Iger says this is our biggest foray into the game space ever, which is crazy when you hear some of the numbers in terms of how much money they've made. The fact that they think that this is the biggest foray ever, the fact that they invested $1.5 million into Fortnite, specifically the developer known as Epic Games, that is saying a lot. So let's dig into this article. It says Disney is investing $1.5 million into Fortnite developer Epic Games, and what will be the Mouse House's biggest foray into the game space ever, says Bob Iger. He announced this on Wednesday, that being today. He says, we've entered into a strategic relationship with Epic Games, the maker of Fortnite, to not only invest in the company, but we are also creating a huge Disney universe. And he said this a few minutes ahead of the company's earnings call. And wait till you hear how much money they actually made this quarter. But Disney has taken a minority stake of $1.5 million. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that Disney is probably going to gobble this company up. That is my belief. I think that they are taking a nibble, and I think that they are going to try to swallow this sucker whole in time. But let's keep going in this article. It says, what is this? The new persistent universe that Disney and Fortnite are trying to create will offer a multitude of opportunities for consumers to play, watch, shop, and engage with content, characters, and stories from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more. Players, gamers, and fans will be able to create their own stories and experiences, express their fandom in a distinctly Disney way, and share content with each other in ways that they love. Bob Iger went on to say that this deal could include physical goods that will live alongside Fortnite, but be interconnected with Fortnite. It will not, there's no could there. There's no could there. They are going to merchandise the heck out of this in every way, shape, and form. This is a multi-year project that is powered by Epic Games' Unreal Engine. And it says Iger expanded on the deal, which is subject to regulatory approval. He says, we've tried our hand at video games a number of different directions, and actually the one that ended up being the most successful for us was the licensing. We've licensed, I think, no, Bob, you know exactly how much, $9 billion in franchises, including the Spider-Man franchise, which was the most successful video game last year. And they are betting that they will continue to replicate that success with Spider-Man, Fortnite, et cetera, et cetera. This is an interesting part here. Iger says upon his return to Disney as Disney CEO in 2022, he met with some folks, and the first thing they showed him were demographic trends. And he basically saw the amount of time that Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and even millennials are spending on screens. He says the total media screen time on video games, it was stunning to me, equal to what they spend on TV and movies. And the conclusion I reached was we have to be there, and we have to be there as soon as we possibly can in a compelling way. So Disney is taking a $1.5 billion stake in Epic Games, and they are going to merchandise the heck out of Fortnite. We are going to see Fortnite coming in every way, shape, and form. That is my belief there. But again, I want to go to the chat real quick. Spider-Man on PS5 was hot. Iger is regressing, says Gorilla. Let me see. I'm scrolling through. Let me see. I'm scrolling through, seeing if there's I am a millennial because I am almost 1,000 years old, says Michael. They should bring back Lion King game they had for, what was that, Sega? For Sega Genesis, so that today's generation of kids can experience that frustration, says Frog Brawler. Let me see. I'm scrolling through, seeing what else. Fortnite comics coming soon. They are going to merchandise and integrate this in every way, shape, or form. They are going a multitude of opportunities. That is indeed a lot, Michael, no doubt about it. I'm scrolling through some of the comments here. Every time Bob Iger speaks, I'm going to get out my Geiger counter and see how much radiation he's putting off. Let me see. But here's the thing. I think I skipped over the part. They made, let me see if I can find the statistic in here. What did they make for the quarter? I may have glossed over it. It was I think it was in this article. I think it was in this one. It was like 22 billion. I wonder if this article was updated since I read it earlier. Try to see if I can find it. I want to say, and I'm not seeing it now, I think that their quarterly revenues were like a ridiculous amount of money. I think on par with where they finished. And I think this article has been updated because I want to say I saw that statistic in there with exactly how much they made for the quarter. Let me click on this and see. No. Oh, it might have been another article I was reading. But let me ask the question. Do people think that this is a good idea? Do folks think that this investment that Disney is making, is it a good idea or is it a dangerous idea given Disney's track record with things? I am curious about that. Scrolling through, anything is possible. Philly Bourne's up in the house. How you doing? Peter Lane, how you doing? Disney buying more stuff when they should be focusing on their quality. What else is new? What makes you think that they're not focusing on quality, right? Because if you think about it, how many Marvel movies are they dropping this year? I think that the number of movies is dramatically down from the last couple of years. So maybe they are actually focusing on quality. I think a stuntman actually just died today or yesterday on the set of Wonder Man. So that was definitely a sad little bit of news. Scrolling down, I got Disney fatigue. Disney is the new, no, brother. Disney might be as old as the mafia, man. They've been doing this for a long time. There you go. Which I do believe is on par with what they made in Q4 of 2023. I want to say it was on par at about $23.5 billion. Think about that. Think about how much money that is. There's an article we're going to get to a little bit later that I think digs into those numbers a little bit. Robert says this is a smart move. They have been trying to reach a younger audience, and this will do it. My teenage daughter loves Fortnite. The game charges a lot for character skins. Will be a money maker, I think. Disney could buy the entire earth if they wanted. Fortnite is great until the next big thing. How long I don't play video games. How long has Fortnite been around? And I asked that question because I feel like I've been hearing about this for years. I feel like it's been out there for a long time. So it seems like it's past that. And I'm not trying to dispute this. I'm honestly asking the question. It seems like it's surpassed that flash in a pan status where it might actually be like a legitimate thing. But I defer to the group. Disney has been in the entertainment for 100 years. I think they will do okay despite themselves. There you go. Scrolling through, they beat on earnings. I know they also, not only did I think that they beat on earnings, but they also increased the dividend back to shareholders. I do believe that I saw that. Robert, but please correct me if I'm wrong. Peter says fingers crossed that they do. Disney, are they the devil? He says hashtag. Scrolling through some of the comments here, or launched in 2017. There you go. Okay. Been around for 5 years. Now, again, I mean, that's if Disney is dropping 1.5 billion, I was about to say they see some potential there. They see some longevity there. But I've also seen companies drop stupid amounts of money, even in the billions, only to have that stuff just crumble. So I take it with a grain of salt. Is Disney and BlackRock the same corporations? Scroll over 7 to 8 years already, says Danny. Tina's like me. I don't know. I was still dating my wife when I first saw it. I was scrolling through some of the comments here. Plus, what is that? Plus, Epic Games are not using Apple Store, so bigger profits. They pocket a lot of that money, man. If you go to the Apple Store, they're gonna stick their hand in your pocket. Well, I hope Disney drops a ton of money on good movies and content. Fingers crossed. Fingers spot. Yeah, the video game space can be a massive money pit. I did see something on the social media the other day. It was a gentleman. There's a gentleman there that I want to say this guy said he spent like $20K on in-game purchases, which I find fascinating. I find it fascinating that somebody would spend $20,000 on in-game purchases. As I sit here in a room full of comics in which let's move on. Fortnite opened their platform so developers could build new game types on their engine. Disney could make bank on that, says Robert. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Sad villainy. Disney needs to invest quality time and effort into the properties they already own. Seems like they are mindlessly throwing money at projects that aren't made with care. You know what? I would have to agree with that. I don't know. And this is well documented, so I'm not like making this up, and I'm certainly not breaking any news here. I don't know that they have invested the proper amount of time in having quality controls in place to ensure that the products that they put out are as good as they can be. And I think that they've acknowledged that with like the Marvel movies, right? I think they've acknowledged that. And I think that that's why we have heard Bob Iger and Kevin Feige say a couple of times that they are pulling back on how much content they are pushing out. They are going to try to focus on quality and not quantity. So we will see. But hey, maybe that's what people do. Maybe that's what I mean. Again, Bob Iger is moved to spend and convince the board to allow him to spend $1.5 billion. Why? Because he sees potential there. He sees an ability to access an audience that is clearly present in this virtual world of Fortnite. He is tapping into an audience, and that's why he's taken a minority stake in Epic Games, because he sees potential there, not just on the video game platforms, but I'm guessing to push more Disney, Marvel, Pixar stuff into that platform, but also to extract dollars from that audience and the other things that they do. And that's why when you start to think about the movies, are they potentially not making as much money on the movies? Yeah. But when you make $23 billion in a quarter, when you make $9 billion on merchandising, that's just that the numbers are just astounding. They are astounding. Disability is happy. Happy new comic book day, everybody. That's what's up. How many gamers don't watch regular movies or buy comics if it's a lot of Disney gets another audience buying their stuff? There you go. There you go. I mean, that's essentially what it is. And I don't know if they're only playing video games on there, or if they're browsing the internet, if they're watching movies through the platform. Like, I don't know how that stuff works, but again, my guess is that Bob Iger sees some opportunity here, and he is going after it. And fingers crossed that they don't jack it up, right? Fingers crossed that they don't jack it up. Figure Drawing says there's nothing wrong with MCU stuff. I know tons of girls who like the Marvels. Loki season 2 was fine. What If is worth watching. Deadpool 3 looks wild. Daredevil Born Again. What is that? Wonder would Disney consider making a Fortnite attraction? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Brother. No, it's coming. This is coming. This is a to me, that is a foregone conclusion. That is a foregone conclusion. They are going to extract as much money from that IP as they possibly can. And like I said, it would not surprise me if we see down the road they are gobbling up Epic Games. It would not surprise me if they consume that entire company so that they can own that IP outright. Why share it when you don't have to? Ask Robert Kirkman. Scrolling through some of the comments here. There you go. Many of these games literally have a movie embedded within them. There you go. Just made it. My 2 cents. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you. What does he say? So happy to have put all the Ultimate stuff on my pull list because it's rough out there for the Ultimate fans. That's what's up. Star Wars definitely worked out for Disney. Not so much for the old Star Wars fans. Well said. And that's why, I'll be honest, I didn't know how people were going to take it. I didn't know how people were going to take this news, right? Because it could either be a good thing or it could be viewed as a bad thing that they now have a minority stake. It just depends upon one's point of view, whether you believe that Disney is the work of the devil or the devil, right? Or just the company that is in it for the money. But yeah, for those folks that came in a little bit late, we've spent a healthy amount of time talking about the fact that Disney has just invested $1.5 billion in Fortnite. They are now a minority owner of Epic Games, and they are going to squeeze every living dollar out of that engine that is Fortnite. Fortnite won't be as edgy as they have been in the past, I would assume. I don't know. I know that people say that about Disney, right? But they are a minority stake owner, not a full owner, right? We have seen Disney go against what was the prevailing wisdom, that they would not allow for R-rated stuff. And that seems to, again, be a belief that is being disproven, right? Deadpool 3 will be rated R. The Echo series, love it or hate it, was TVMA, right? So I don't know what you mean by edgy, right? Let me say, I don't know what you mean by edgy, but I would say we have to see. Hey, Bill, let's make it happen. Let Bob Iger, let's make it happen. All right. That's all that I'm saying. All right, let me move on. So this was some news that came out and that I want to talk about it, because I think that people will either love it or hate it, much like Disney. They will either love it or hate it. I think it's actually kind of cool. I think it's actually cool news. This was some news that broke that Pedro Pascal, I think that's how you say his name, has been confirmed as Reed Richards. There was a SAG profile of Pedro that was put up, and I think that there was something in there that listed that he was indeed cast as Reed Richards. I've looked repeatedly, and that section I do believe was taken down. I think it was taken down from the article, so the post that was put up on the SAG website. So I'm unable to confirm it, but several news outlets started to report this, so I think that it was there. And then they removed it once they realized that that was out there. So more than 2 months since it was revealed that Pedro was in negotiations for one of the leading roles in Marvel Studios' Fantastic Four movie, we still haven't received an official confirmation from the blockbuster studio regarding the project's final cast. However, it seems like fans have the answer to Pedro's Reed Richards casting thanks to the SAG latest career profile on the actor. It says, according to SAG, the Last of Us actor's next project to film will be the long-awaited Fantastic Four movie, confirming that Pedro has indeed signed on to become the MCU's Mr. Fantastic. And it's just a long article that talks about all of the other stuff that he's involved in, what's going on with the Fantastic Four movie, et cetera, et cetera. The film, that being the Fantastic Four film, premieres or is expected to premiere May 2nd in 2025 as part of Phase 6. I will tell you, I like Pedro. I like Pedro. I enjoyed him in The Last of Us. I definitely enjoy him in The Mandalorian, even though we can't see his face. I enjoy him in that. But I know that there were some people that expressed some reservations previously when this was being discussed. And I can't remember the actor, the Star Wars actor that played Darth Vader, that was in the running. People seem to really hate that guy. More people seem to be open to Pedro, but there were some people that still expressed some concerns. We'll have to see how it plays out, because it appears that this Trev is like, hard pass. He's like, nope. Pedro is a pretty good actor. Awesome news if true. Again, it seems like it might actually be true, but I could see him playing Reed Richards with the white hair on the sides, a little bit of extra hair on the top. I could see it. His what I take as like a dry sense of humor. I could see it. I could see it. Pedro is super chill, says Figure. Pedro was very cool in Game of Thrones, got squashed. I've seen some people mad about Pedro as Reed Richards because he is not what Reed Richards is. To be honest, I have no. Bro, come on. Did you not watch The Mandalorian? He is the Mandalorian. Like, come on. The Last of Us. Come on, brother. Somebody help Callie Fortune. Scrolling through, I like Pedro, but this ruins my theory of Reed's in the MCU as a Kang variant. Sometimes you got to be wrong, brother. Sometimes you have to give some things up and just be wrong. I loved him in Napoleon Dynamite. Scrolling through some of the comments here, I was holding my breath for John. Why not recast John? That was another comment there. Let me see. All right, so I think I am all caught up. My wife was calling me. I don't know why my wife was calling me. But yeah, there we go. So that is the news about Fantastic Four possibly being, or Reed Richards potentially being Pedro Pascal. Again, I think it's a good pick. He seems to be very much in demand right now, and I think he's a solid actor. Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't disagree with that, but my feeling was that was a one-time thing. That's my feeling. I feel like it was a one-time thing. I don't know if he'll be back. So scrolling through Evening All, you did make it to the live stream, brother. Seth says, my wife was calling me. However, I didn't even know I had a wife. That was not your wife. That was spam, sir. That was a telemarketer or a bill collector, Seth. I don't know what to tell you. They're getting more sophisticated every single day with what they are doing. All right. So let's dig into another one. I don't know how much time we're going to spend on this one, but Here we go. Bob Iger prepares to fend off activists as streaming finances improve. So this was something that I was going to talk about the other day, but decided to hold off on doing it. Give me a second, please, guys. Give me one. Hey guys, I have to apologize. I have a little bit of an emergency. I need to cancel the show. I will see you guys very soon.